It's Christopher Taylor with Sovereign Harmony up on the hill. It is Sunday, December 21st. We're going to do the astrology for the next week through about the 27th. Happy winter solstice if you're in the northern hemisphere. 7 out of 8 people in the world live in the northern hemisphere, so most people are still winter solstice. It's the lowest sun angle. It was 7:03 a.m. Pacific time, about an hour and a half ago from the time I'm filming this. So sun is in Capricorn. We're past the winter solstice. Now in the northern hemisphere, it gets brighter and brighter from here forward. So that's a good thing. If you're in the southern hemisphere, happy summer solstice. Okay, glad you're watching. Anyway, so with the entry of sun into Capricorn, again, that signifies the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere. Mars already entered Capricorn last week. So Mars is the lead planet right now. Now the sun enters Capricorn. Venus is going to follow very soon here this week on the 24th, I believe, morning of the 24th, Wednesday. It'll enter Capricorn, and then Mercury enters Capricorn, chasing them all down. That won't be till January 1st. So fittingly, the first day of the 1 year, numerologically, we'll have Mercury finishing up this job in Sagittarius with everything moving into Capricorn. Okay, so this will be a shorter one here. We're coming off the heels of the new moon that was in Sagittarius. That new moon joined Venus in Sagittarius, very close. They formed a trine to Chiron in Aries, and the ruler of that new moon was Jupiter. And that Jupiter in Cancer squaring Chiron in Aries as well. And that new moon is also squaring the flailing conjunction between Saturn and Neptune that's still in Pisces, because it's going to be entering Aries here in January, February timeframe. That's going to mark that beginning of societal evolution, again, that next stage of societal evolution. Big deal. I'll talk more about that on New Year's Eve. I'm going to come out here and do a special specifically about the transition between 2025 to 2026, how significant it is numerologically in terms of the Chinese New Year calendar, and in terms of the astrology going on. So lots going on with this transition. So I want to give a specific focus. But here we'll just talk about the energy we're in right now. And got the winter solstice. We're still in that new moon energy, new moon in Sag. And the biggest theme of that new moon in Sagittarius that we're going to translate into English is essentially coming into this evaporation of old paradigms, old unconscious paradigms, collectively and personally. Things that we've lived by, didn't know we were living by them. So making decisions about our lives based on certain foundational beliefs that may or may not be true anymore. Okay, and in most cases they're not true anymore. Okay, and so when Saturn and Neptune enters Aries, we've got to be prepared for this new era where we're taking self-responsibility, which means we're putting ourselves first. Okay, and so a lot of these paradigms, these old paradigms, have to do with sacrificing ourselves, with essentially self-sabotage in a lot of ways. Okay, and so what this new moon energy that we're in right now is the dissolution or the evaporation of that self-sabotage. So we're allowing for more self-acceptance by, first of all, dissolving and releasing all of the things that have prevented that from happening. Okay, so it's the holidays. People are meeting with family. A lot of times our family is what forms our foundational beliefs and our limitations, our perceived limitations, etc. So it's important not to fight it at this time, but to just recognize it when it comes up. Because there's going to be things in our lives right now that are going to bring up the old limits, the old perceptions of ourselves that other people see, that we know are not true. Or if we're all basically the entire universe or the entire ocean in one drop, essentially, right? So we all come from God, essentially. Okay, and so we all are a full representation of that, a full sovereign representation of that. And we're coming into an era where we're going to be living as that, living as our true souls, what we truly intended to do here. Okay, and so this new moon is really helping to activate and release all that has kept that from happening. And so again, I would recommend not fighting it when it comes up, but just say, look, that's exactly where I would limit myself based on these people's interpretation of me. And just knowing that isn't the limit anymore. Just let it be what it is. Let it simmer, because it's falling away. It's coming into our awareness to fall away finally. Okay, so that's really the main theme of this new moon, is that getting things out of the way so that this new that's coming in 2026 can land. And the landing is going to happen here in early January. In a couple of weeks, we got this full moon coming in, and it's going to oppose a conjunction between the Sun, Venus, and Mars, something that hasn't happened since 1994. So it's like every 30-something years or so, Venus, Mars, and the Sun will join each other. So it's a relatively rare situation. That is landing here in January, setting the stage for what's coming on a societal level, which is that Saturn-Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees Aries, really starting something new. And again, I will come out here in a week and a half or so and talk specifically about that very important transition. So I'm going to leave it at that. Keep it nice and simple. And nice day here. Fog is just lifting. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you want to look at your chart for 2026, it's a big year. We can do that as well. Personal readings. Other than that, I'm Christopher Taylor with Sovereign Harmony. You can find me, I don't know if you're finding this on YouTube, if you're finding it on Facebook, if you're finding it on Instagram, TikTok, wherever. Do follow me on other platforms as well. And if you know anyone else that could benefit from this, please let them know. Thanks a lot. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.